I don't think you're going to like what I have to say today. I think I'm going to piss some people off. Come on in.
Broadcasting live from the only establishment in town that can't kick him out. His own basement. The world according to Rocket.
Thank you very much for popping in. I appreciate you. Hammer that like button. Smack that subscribe button like it was your girlfriend's bottom. And I appreciate you being here. Thank you all we had a great time with the live watch party. Thank you so much. Thank you, Evan Counts, for some super chats. And thank you, Ken Brownstone, for the same. Thank you very much. Appreciate those. As always, it was great fun. Tennessee, the behemoth of the gridiron, squared off against little old Weasley, measly Austin Peay. Oh, man. The proverbial underdog, the Washington Generals, if you will. The scoreboard read 30-13 at the end. I don't have to tell you that. Oh, it's a win, a victory for the Vols, but really? Are you kidding me? It was not satisfying. Not to me anyway, and I'm sure it wasn't to you. Now, although it wasn't on the board in Vegas hinted that it should have been at least a 42-point win. But on this day, our Volunteers only won by 17 points. A win on paper, no doubt. But for those counting points and pride, oh man, it was not the knockout that we were looking for. Correct? They say in Tennessee, football isn't just a game. It's a religion, really. So was this sermon a sermon to remember, or did it leave the congregation wanting more? We're going to talk about the elephant in the room today. Or I am. Let's get straight to the monologue. As the old saying goes, when it rains, it pours. And right now, the Tennessee Volunteers, it feels like we're caught in a monsoon without an umbrella. Holy crackers. Enter Joe Milton, the man behind the wheel of the Tennessee offense. On Saturday, against what many would call easy pickings, his QBR did not soar like an eagle, but rather limped along like a wounded sparrow, clocking in at a mere 36.2. Now, you may or may know what that means. If you don't, not to worry. I'm going to explain the whole QBR thing because it is very important right now that we talk about this. In 2 games, Joe Milton's QBR is 50.2. One might say that our quarterback stock isn't very bullish at the moment, and as any seasoned trader knows, 2 data points can begin to hint at a trend. 32.6, man. When I saw that, it made me alarmed. It really did. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do here is explain to those of you who were like me probably. I didn't know a whole lot about the QBR, and then I just said, you know what? I need to learn this thing inside out so I can know exactly what it means when I saw that figure. So that's why I took a couple of days here to educate myself on this QBR. And it is not good. This situation that we're in with the quarterback rating, the total quarterback rating, it's a proprietary statistic that was created by ESPN 10, 12 years ago. And it measures the quarterback's play in college and NFL, right? It's designed to take a comprehensive view of each quarterback play, encompassing both passing and running and considering various aspects of each play. Now, you have your raw QBR, and that's your stats, and that's your completions, and how many passes, and how many interceptions, how many batted balls down, how many runs, how many yards that you rushed for, how many times you got sacked, that sort of thing. It's raw data. That's just facts. Just the facts, man. That's what the raw QBR is. But that's not what we're interested in, because there's a thing called the adjusted QBR. Okay. At its core, the QBR uses the concept of extra points added, or EPA, which measures how much each play contributes to scoring. Right? For example, let's say I'm a quarterback. I'm a quarterback for Tennessee. Now playing quarterback for Tennessee. Rocket Man. Yeah. Come on, y'all. Holler for me. It's my big chance. Come on, man. So, for example, a 5-yard pass on 3rd and 4 gets a first down, right? That's more valuable than a 5-yard pass completed on 3rd and 10, right? So one has more value than the other and is added to the QBR or subtracted from based on its value potential towards scoring points. There are several of them. There's dividing credit, like, for example, if now playing quarterback for Tennessee is Rocket Man. Rocket Man passes out in the flat to Squirrel. Squirrel is on the 20, 25, 30, and Squirrel runs 80 yards for a touchdown, right? Well, that's on Squirrel. Squirrel gets the kudos for that, not me, as the passer, right? Because Squirrel did most of the work. I essentially handed it off to him with a tiny little pass, right? So you get extra points added based on the context of the play of the quarterback. That's what the QBR is. Okay? Let me give you a couple examples. During his time at Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield, remember him? Sure you do. Huge QBR. He was known for his ability to extend plays and make crucial throws, right? So if on 3rd and long, Baker Mayfield scrambles and completes a pass, not only gains a first down, but puts his team down in field goal range at the end of the game, and they kick a field goal and win, you see how much value that particular play had towards scoring, right? You get it? That is the adjusted QBR. Another example, remember Joe Burrow, LSU. He throws a short screen pass to Jamar Chase, who then breaks several tackles and runs 70 yards for a touchdown. The credit for that play is going to go to Jamar Chase, kind of like my Rocket Man to Squirrel White example. Clutch factor is a factor. Remember? Tua for Alabama. He had many moments, particularly that moment he came in when he first started. You know, they were down and they put him in. You know, sat Jalen Hurts and they put in Tua, and Tua came back and won that game for them. Are you kidding me? He got a lot of QBR points for that, right? So that's what the QBR is. So when you look at the QBR, it goes from 0 to 100, just like you're taking a pop quiz in high school or something, right? So Joe's kind of in the middle at 50, but even though he's in the middle he's in the middle at 50.9 is where he has 51-ish, right? Even though he's in the middle of the test scale, he's 88. That ranks 88th in the country after 2 games. So he is basically an average quarterback at 88th in the country based on his performance and based on the nuance of his performance after 2 games. Now, again, it's just 2 games. But by By comparison, what you need to understand is that guess where Hendon Hooker's QBR was last year after 11 games, 500 plays, 89. He was second in the country, QBR. Second. And the only person that beat him was Jalen Edwards. Is that his name? Or Edmonds, Jalen Edwards, the quarterback at Kansas, who had like a 91 total QBR for the season. But the caveat there is he only, what was it? He only played 250 plays to Hendon Hooker's 500. So, wow. Hendon Hooker's way up here, and Joe's down here in the middle. Now, can that change? I hope it can change. Look, there is nobody that has been more supportive. You've listened to this show. Nobody has been more supportive of Joe Milton III than I have. Maybe his mama. and maybe Coach Heifel, Coach Halsley. I'll take fourth and fifth. And maybe Stingray down for Joe as well. And we all are. We all want to see him do well. But at this moment, I'm just going to say it. He is an average quarterback. And average is not going to get us the East. Average is not going to get us the SEC. And average is certainly not going to get us into the playoffs. Now, if you think old Forrest Gump thinking like me, I'm not a smart man, can figure this out and figure out how important this is. And I understand that it's only one metric, but it is a hugely successful metric, hugely important metric. You know, they're talking about it behind closed doors. When do they pull the string? When do they go with Nico and see what he can do? When does that happen? Now then, there is good news. The quarterback for Florida is worse than Joe in his QBR. He's 10 points worse than Joe. He's at 40 instead of 51. So that's leaving me some hope for this weekend. But then he could have a monster game for some reason and pop up there. This game is so important this Saturday night on so many levels. It is so unbelievably important for everyone. Now, I will say this. There is somebody, and I apologize so much, I can't call your name right now, who left a comment on one of the videos, Rocket, here's what's going to happen. Nico is going to come in on Saturday against Florida. He's going to win the game, and it will be his team from then on. I apologize for not remembering who you are. But that has now become a very interesting and curious focus for me, because that could be a real scenario. I would love to know what you think. In tomorrow's video, I'm going to share with you everybody's QBR that we're going to be playing this season, and it's really going to scare you. I mean, holy crackers. I hope I'm wrong about all this. I really do. Because if I'm not, we're in poo-poo caca. Hey, you know what to do. Say it with me. Slap that like button like it. Okay. See you tomorrow.